Hello and welcome to day 11 in my 30-day talking to a camera challenge. Um, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I reached double digits yesterday and today, number 11, feeling good. And today I would like to talk about the various kinds of successes of creative projects. Now, have you seen the videos here on YouTube that claim to show you how to make thousands and thousands of dollars by selling your artwork on various websites or selling books on Amazon KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing? This is not one of those videos. Sorry. I do not make thousands of dollars of selling my art or the books that I've written and self-published on Amazon. It'd be great to make that kind of money, but I don't, so I can't promise to tell you how to do it. But those are measures of success, of selling lots of copies of the things that you create. Although also there are measurements of success here on YouTube. It's making a video and having that video get lots of views and then getting lots of subscribers on your channel. This is not one of those videos either. So I don't have lots of views on my videos. I don't have lots of subscribers on my channel. So I can't also pretend to tell you how you too can do that. So what the heck am I talking about here? Well, there are other kinds of successes. It's, of what are your creative endeavors of artwork or making music, writing stories. So I'm going to go into those. Number one, it's showing up. It's showing up again and again and putting in the work. I don't think it has to be every single day. I don't do it every single day. Yes, I've been drawing during this challenge, but before this challenge, I certainly did not draw every single day. But when you show up and you make creativity into a habit, you create more rather than just being a spectator. And sure, during the process, there'll be times when you're frustrated and disappointed in what you've made. But sometimes something will click with you and then you'll think, man, that's pretty good. And that possibility rises when you make creativity into a habit. But if you don't show up, you don't start, that possibility isn't there. So the second kind of success, maybe it's included in the first one, but I'm going to throw it in there as the second one. I've got the page all written out anyway. It's process. What if the process of making stuff gives you joy? It's not always about holding up the end results. Well, this is a blank page, but when I get to it, holding up the end results and seeing it shining bright. Clear my throat from that. It's having fun along the way. It's enjoying the process too, not just the end result. And then that kind of leads the way into the third kind of success I'm talking about today, and that is growth. That comes with practicing over and over, showing up over and over. That can be learning more techniques from teachers and books and tutorials on YouTube. And then when you have that habit and you've been doing that over and over for months, for years, you can then look back at what you created in those early stages and you can compare it to what you're creating at the current time. And you can then look back and think, my skills have grown. Look at the artwork that I used to create, the stories that I used to write. They're more compelling, they're more refined now, they're moving me more, and you can feel proud of that, and so it's the growth is really cool. And the last one on my list today is getting feedback. It's getting a comment from somebody who really liked your art or your music or your book. It's, you could be moved by it with the growth, like I said, but this is external from you. And what if somebody was moved by something you made And you think about it, you know, there's so many streaming videos, shows, and movies, so many videos on YouTube, websites for artwork, just like an insane number of books on Amazon. When somebody chooses something that you created and they look at it, they read it, and then they were moved enough to write a comment to tell you, that's just amazing. And to me, that is certainly a measure of success and feeling good about that. So that's my list of today. I'm sure I didn't cover all the bases. I'm sure there are other kinds of successes out there. If you want to add yours in on the comments below, feel free to do that. Yeah, I'm not saying that views and subscribers aren't great, because they are. You know, getting money from your creations, that's great too. But I'm just saying there are other kinds of success. So today, drawing that's kind of, you know, inspired by that. Let's do you know, they're getting piles of stones here. You know, I know this is green, right? And you're like, but Dave, stones are gray. What are you talking about with this green? Yeah, and you know, there's moss on some stones. They're also not all sharp edged like this, not all fantastic. They're, you know, rough edged, irregularly edged. And I guess these have a lot of moss on them. And yeah, the video I made yesterday on the creek side, that may have been inspired by this too. It may have inspired this too, excuse me. Because yeah, I saw the rocks along the creek, and they were pretty cool. Just some piles of stones here. Maybe I shouldn't let too much time go by in silence, but sometimes, you know, you just sit in the silence of creation. So the pile of stones, what do we have at the top? Purple. Purple person. Not blue like Smurfs or Avatar. Purple. Purple person who has climbed this mountain, successfully made it to the top. And the cool thing is, there'll be other mountains behind it, other challenges, other processes of climbing and growing and enjoying that stuff. Pretty cool, man. All right, well, thank you for making it this far into the video. Appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day.